Yeah, man.
Here's the other question. One of the things that you talk about with people is the fact that the show is getting back to its roots. It seems 3 and 4 kind of had a little too fanciful and got away from it all.
Yeah.
So what's your feeling about going into this new season? Sort of where it's going?
To me, this season feels very grounded and very patient. It feels very patient. Why did Oliver become what he became? He became what he became because his father asked him to do something for him in the moments right before he died. Is this mine or is that yours? Okay. Oh, very cool. So he became what he became because his father asked him to make Star City a better place than the place that he left it. And that really is where we get to this year with Oliver. Like, Oliver's most important relationship in the show is not with Felicity, it's not with Thea, it's not with Diggle, it's with Star City. And that's what we focus on this year. And it feels good. The show feels like, it's really amazing that we started with 1 show and now with 4. But Arrow has always been the most specific show. It's a street-level crime-fighting, make Star City better show. And it feels like we're getting back to that this year, which is cool.
Now, it feels like there have been, Oliver has gone through some devastating losses in the last season, but he also made some great breakthroughs within the darkness within himself and kind of found some light. Can you talk a little bit about how those losses have affected him, and also how that light he found last season is going to help him pushing forward?
Well, the Oliver of season 1 was at one end, and then the Oliver beyond season 2 was at the other end. It was very black and white. I'm willing to use lethal force, and then I'm not, right? And obviously, it doesn't just come down to that. But at the end of season 4, we found a shade of gray, and Oliver is very much in that spot still. If he says to Thea in the pilot, he has to admit that Malcolm was right. That if he's not willing to do whatever is necessary, that he shouldn't even be out there at all. And as a result, we have a shot in the pilot where I kill 3 people in just one shot, and it's because it's like it is what it is. Are you in my way? Are you threatening my life? You got to go.
And how do you think?
No. And I think that that's a more interesting character because it's more dynamic. There are more colors to it.
So we're still going for it on.
We're really going for it this year. The season is me, and I love the fact that Flash and Supergirl and Legends can have their lighter moments, and I think it's important to have that too. But Oliver is getting to that point of he's getting to be a bit of the grizzled veteran, just a little bit, not totally.
The Oliver we know and love.
He's not a curmudgeon, but at the same time, he's getting back to that. He's getting back to where we found him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think magic impacted the overall feel of the show last season? The introduction of magic.
I think the introduction, it's interesting, but I thought Neil was wonderful, and I loved working with him, and I wish he was still around because he was such a joy on set. At the same time, the magic and all of that, I feel like it was important, but I feel like it also taught the show a lesson, which is, I personally think that we are better when we are a little bit more grounded.
And then what are you looking forward to the audience actually experiencing that season without giving anything away?
Well, this is probably the last year of the flashbacks, which means that we have a lot to accomplish, which means that the impetus and the through line of the flashbacks will, I think, have a lot more urgency to them. Also, what happened in the Flash at the end of season 2, Flashpoint.
And also, can you talk a little bit about...
It affects Arrow.
Can you talk a little bit about working with Cody in that season?
Oh yeah, Cody's coming in this year. He's going to play a villain in episode 3. We're going to fight. But one of the cool things about this year too, and again, I don't think that this will be the last year of the show. But at the same time, this is the end of a chapter, so to speak. And one of the things that we do this year that I think is very cool is that the villain, the big bad this year, was created by Oliver. It was created based off of Oliver's actions in season 1. And I think that that's a cool place to take the show.
You mentioned Flashpoint Paradox. What kind of impact? I mean, not to spoil, but can you give us a general sense of what kind of impact that has?
No.
Thank you so much.
What we do is first of all, it is explained in the early part of the season, not necessarily on our show, and then we subtly begin to introduce it, subtly, and then maybe not so subtly.
With the flashbacks coming to an end after this season, do you have any lingering questions yourself about those 5 years that you hope are answered?
A lot. And I made a list. I made a list and I sent it to the producers. Like, when's he make his bow? Like, why does he have a beard? Like, why is he dressed as why is he dressed as a castaway? Why is he dressed as though it's been him in a volleyball for the past 5 years? Like, let's answer these questions. And we made a big list, and we're going to answer them.